morning. Welcome to another edition of Saturday Morning Dad Jokes. I'm Tom.
And I'm Mike.
Hey, Mike. Good to see you again.
Michael. Sometimes people call me.
Also, Mikey.
Also Mikey. It's reserved for very few.
That's true.
It's like
Tommy
like
with
Tommy.
me. Yes, that is correct.
Tommy. Yeah.
That's correct. So, want to kick things off again with a two truths and a lie. What do you think?
I'm ready for it. Okay. This morning, I woke up with a sore arm. This morning, I made breakfast.
Okay.
I think I blew it.
Okay.
This morning, my wife and I toasted our coffee mugs. It was very...
Okay. Yeah. So you did not make breakfast.
I could not have tried so hard. I was watching my face, thinking like, I...
And you emphasized I too, of course. Like you didn't even say it naturally.
Yeah. But did you get the first one? I woke up with a sore arm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because you got your first
Yeah, my first thing.
Fauci
Yeah.
ouchie. Good job.
Ouchie. Yeah, and I tell you, I know the second one's apparently you get ill.
Well,
But I got ill. I was not feeling hot last night.
yeah. Which one did you get? Pfizer?
Moderna.
Moderna? Okay. I
Yep, got
don't-
the Moderna.
Yep.
So, okay.
Well, you just wait for another, was it 3 weeks or 2 weeks? 4 weeks?
Here it's going to be 4 weeks. We're eligible on the 14th of May, and I wonder if that's because of some of the Johnson & Johnson stuff. But
Well, it's also supposed
they've
to be
had to
4 weeks out.
readjust.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
anyway, 2 weeks and I don't die. So that's my goal.
Well, you don't die as quickly. Yeah.
Oh,
You're still going to die at some point, but yeah.
Yeah, you don't die as quickly.
Okay, so you had a sore arm. That was true. And then what was the other one that was true?
My wife and I cheers our coffee mugs.
That
And I
doesn't-
think I criticized. I was like, why do you do this? He's like, because you can toast anything. And I was like, yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I'm being a stick in the mud.
It's true. And your wife just had a birthday, so you're probably just
She did.
you're
She
coming
did.
up
She
coming
just
off
had-
the celebration there and still used to toasting to
It
everything.
was.
Yeah.
And it was Saturday, and the weather's been nice here. It's actually, this is the first week. Last week, it would get down at night in the below 30.
Ooh.
But this week, we were in the 70s
Whoa.
during the day. So it's beautiful weather.
Living
Okay,
large.
go. I shut up.
So, all right. This morning, I had an English muffin for breakfast. This morning, it was over 100 degrees in my bed when I woke up. This morning, I tried on 2 new shirts before sitting down to record this with you.
100 degrees.
Nope.
But you have an air conditioner in your bed.
It does heat too. So
I know this.
yeah. So
You're the only person I know who has air conditioned bed,
it's a bed jet. Yes.
a bed jet.
So I have it now on a new setting called Biorhythm, and right before you wake up, it does
and it bakes you out of bed.
Bakes you out of bed. It does 110 over 110 degrees for about 10 minutes to warm you up, which actually is quite nice when you're frozen. Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's like the Iceman.
Oh yeah, that's me. Like I have to hang upside down and be frozen, and yeah.
So then, okay. So then, the other two were you tried on 2 shirts,
3 shirts.
3 shirts, and then the first one was
I had an English muffin for breakfast.
you had an English muffin. English muffin.
Right, I did not have an English muffin. I had pancakes.
You wanted an English muffin though.
I did actually. We were out. How did you know? Creature of habit. Yep. So,
All right. 2 trees and a lie. I think we're officially warmed up. We're cooked out of bed now.
you're cooked out of it. I mean, I can't believe I got one over on you. Like,
I knew about the bed jet or the
You just
air
didn't know that it went both ways in terms of
Right.
how it can cool and heat. So, all
Okay.
right. Let's see.
Ready for some jokes?
Yeah,
like where are the jokes, man?
right.
Where's the funny?
Mike's joke is going to be the first one, so I'll let you go
Okay.
ahead and is this one that you created?
Yeah, it is. It is. I was. It's actually. Well, I was reading about the gig economy, and just so not to assume that people know what I talk about when I talk about the gig economy, for any things like Uber, Uber Eats, these sorts of things that, especially during lockdown, have really thrived. Something like Uber Eats, right? A lot of people ordering out because they're not going out to restaurants. Anyway, I was reading about the history of the gig economy, and the gig economy actually has its basis in the Middle Ages, right? Because when they would run out of jousters, they would hire freelancers. And in fact, this is a thing that's carried on into contemporary times. Because we have the Ren Fest. It's not the Middle Age Fest. It's kind of now more of a celebration of all things fantasy, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, whatever. But they still have jousting there, right? And before, again, the lockdown, there was this app that was released for I guess would have been the 2020 Ren Fest, where you could, when jousters hurt themselves, obviously not as violent and dangerous as it was in the Middle Ages, that you could get new jousters on. But after you add in the service charge and taxes, and if you could tip or 25% tip, it's more like a freelancer.
Gotcha. Another Mike original.
I tried.
The feeling.
I don't know if I succeeded.
Whew.
Your father's probably irritated right now.
Yeah. A freelancer. I liked it. It was a long.
Freelancer and a freelancer. There's actually two. Two things in there.
It's definitely in the realm of witty. I don't know. It's a borderline dad joke. Like, I definitely rolled my eyes. It's got a good size setup. I think you might lose the audience that's 10 and younger.
Yeah, there is that. There is that. That's true. That's true.
Because a dad joke shouldn't be too overly complex.
Right. You can't talk about the gig economy to a 10-year-old.
Right. When they can't even get a work permit until they're 14. Trust me, I know. I try to get my kid to get a job. So, and he's only 5. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, but teenagers, definitely, they would get it.
Yes, I would agree.
It's the person who dropped off our groceries the other week, I looked out the window, literally, they had their phone and they're like doing like selfies.
Oh,
to the
yeah.
phone, like, as they're dropping. It's like, what are you doing, young person? I know that it's exciting to be out driving on a Monday morning at like 7:30 a.m., but really?
Were your groceries in the background, like so they could show proof that they delivered? Is that what it is? It was like a picture of them with your groceries.
Yeah, it was. Yes, that could have been it, but.
Or they have their own YouTube channel and they're just
I'm
trying
pretty sure
to,
they were also just posing and taking a couple selfies
for Instagram worthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanted to show the house with the hidden window, so maybe that's what they were trying to capture.
I guess the hidden window, right?
Gotcha.
Okay,
All right.
but you could tell it at the Renaissance Festival.
You could, yes, and you could tell it like like an Uber like conference where they bring all their workers together. I think they would appreciate it.
You could tell it is Uber, right?
Yeah, like any
Who
of the.
was the owner of Uber? He was another lovely person.
Yeah, I don't recall his name, and it's probably best.
Patrick Calapernic.
I don't know. You're more up on those names than I am, mainly because of where you live.
Yeah. So,
The PNW. All right.
W, what do you got for me?
All right. Oh, well. And so we figured out the audience. We figured out that it's kind of like a 5 or 6 on the dad joke scale in terms of being a dad joke. Like, I guess if there is a scale for yours. So we'll see if mine can at least hit the same threshold as yours, because I also wrote my own joke this morning after running by a few others with my partner who said that I could share it as an example of not being funny. So I'll share the one that's not funny. It's not. This doesn't count. This is.
So is that then just the criteria for a bad joke? It's just not funny.
Yeah, maybe. Like, it doesn't get a reaction at all.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
like, she didn't roll her eyes, she didn't cringe, she didn't smile. Nothing.
It's like you were telling a joke to a wall.
Yeah, she just stared at me like, "Oh, is that the joke? Is that funny?"
Mm.
Yeah, she's like, I see what you're trying to do, but it's not.
See.
Yeah. So, yeah, here's the one that flopped.
Oh, the one that flopped first. Okay, so
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
a bad joke. Okay,
Yeah, this is
so
just
we have a bar now.
Yeah, this is definitely a bad joke.
Okay.
But you might overrule. By the way, you might overrule my partner's.
Overrule.
Yeah.
It's like the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I mean, we're the authority on this stuff. Clearly,
Yeah.
I mean, this is.
And we're not packed yet.
That's true. It's true. Yes, it took me a second to catch up. I know what you're saying. Yeah. All right. So here's the really poorly executed joke. So, what is Peter Parker / Spider-Man? What's his favorite item on the menu at a Japanese restaurant?
What?
A spider roll with sticky rice. See, she was like, no, right?
My kid would like that though.
Maybe. I mean, I kind of do operate, well.
That joke. I mean, I think if your life partner says it's bad, then fundamentally it's a bad joke, whatever the criteria is. But if we had a jury of children, my joke would actually not be funny.
Correct.
They say, no, that's a bad joke.
Right.
Hey, we don't
get it.
understand what the gig economy is.
Right. Right.
We like jousting, and you've just said something about freelancers. That's uninteresting.
Mm-hmm.
But Spider-Man
instantly captures their attention.
Instantly captures their attention.
Yep.
And who doesn't like a spider roll?
Right. Spider roll with sticky rice.
Sticky rice.
I thought it was brilliant. So anyway, clearly it wasn't. So.
But it was a bad joke. But I do think that children would like that better.
Oh.
Just put that out there. So I'm not overruling.
Right.
I'm just leaving some remarks on the record.
Right. There's all hope is not lost with that joke. Okay, got it. There might be an audience somewhere. So I came up with this one. This is my real one for today. So I don't know if you've heard with, I mean, all of the shipping issues that Amazon's had and the U.S. Post Office has had, since the pandemic. I mean, even Amazon, they've been really challenged to get products to people. So they've actually partnered with the Transformers for the month of May to start a new promotional shipping service. Do you know what it's called?
No.
Optimus Prime.
It's pretty good.
Did you roll your eyes a little bit? Yeah.
Yeah. It reminded me of that meme with Optimus Prime. And never forget.
Oh, yeah.
Why I died.
Yeah.
That people were saying on Prime Day. But no, that's good. And children would like it.
I think they would.
Children would like it.
Most people
Parents
know what
would roll their eyes.
Most people know what Prime is for Amazon. That's kind of a universal.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I tried to think of something that was going to span a lot of different groups.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
See, I didn't. I was thinking, I was reading The Economist. I was like, the gig economy. Okay, let's start there.
Well, I live with a 5-year-old, so
Right.
my content that I consume is usually a few levels down from The Economist. But yes. Usually it's Disney Plus and puzzles and board games. But yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I could tell that pretty much safely anywhere, right?
Yeah. No, you're golden. I don't know if Joe Biden would want to tell that joke and admit his love for the Transformers.
That's true.
And it probably also, then there would be like, it's like, wait, is he promoting Transformers? Is there some sort of like,
Well,
so,
I think anybody older than 70 trying to tell a Transformer joke could be a little like that might seem like they're trying too hard. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't really apply to. They didn't grow up with Transformers, whereas most everybody else did.
Joe Biden had Howdy Doody.
Probably. Realistically, I think you're right. So, and
sock puppets on TV.
Yeah, and like you go watch the sock puppet transform from a puppet to a sock. I mean, that was a transformer back in the day.
That was yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well. So you did like my joke. That's good. I'm glad.
I did. I like the joke. I did like the joke.
It's risky because this is new territory for me. I'm so used to pulling jokes out of
Marmy.
Yeah, pre-prepared guides on what to say.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You've leveled up.
I'm trying to. Oh, I like that. That was good. Do you have a button for that on your sound deck?
I should.
Yeah.
You should have a sound.
All right. Well, we will see you next week. Leave a comment if you have a joke that you want us to consider and share during one of our episodes. We would love to have some more besides us racking our
brains. Please know that we also still have no criteria by which to rate these things.
We're flying by the seat of our pants, honestly. All right. Have a good week.